No way, Black Magic. Did you see his new initiative? The new thing he's working on Instagram now. He's just started this week. He's doing like VCR transfers, like movies onto VHS. I think Black Magic Craft is way too busy to mess with Twitch. He doesn't need all this. Come on. Actually, you know what? That would be the best thing for us. Do you know why? For all 5 of us that are on here on Twitch, if he jumped over, because here's all we need to do. Go, okay, great. When does he sign off every day? And that's when we'll start streaming. We'll just take his like cast offs, you know. We'll take everybody who's like done with his stream and looking for somebody else to watch. Oh my God, it would be ridiculous. That would be insane. That would be the best. Forget there's no such thing as competition in that sense. He would literally bring the entire audience here. It would be unreal. Yeah, okay. Now I changed my mind. I don't want to own Building Craft here. I'll be 16th in command or whatever. Just need to get him to. Just need to convince him that this is some untapped resource. Oh yeah, I mean there are people who don't even realize that this is an aspect of the hobby. Yeah, probably not. There you go. That's all you need to do. All you need to do is let him know of the tens of people he's missing out on. No, honestly, like I don't get the sense that his method, that Black Magic Craft's method would really, that this is how he works. I mean, obviously he's full-time anyway, but like would he, that's not, I mean, he's got the perfect setup for it. Like it'd be really interesting to see his approach to like just adding a streaming component. Because shit, he could probably just like wire up his studio, right? With a little extra effort and just have that as an option at any point. Like that'd be interesting. He would have to find a new one. He would have to find a new. It'd be a real vulnerability, right? Because you can't script or stylize when you're just live. So he would have to. But that's why everybody would go check it out, because they would want to know what it's like when he's actually just like working. But yeah. Yeah, that's interesting to think about. Well, hopefully some of my highlight clips that I'll put into YouTube Shorts will land on the recommended pages on YouTube of people who follow Black Magic Craft through some magic YouTube algorithm. Some of those people will start jumping over. How your computer's handling 2 simultaneous Twitch streams? You're really taxing it tonight. I'm impressed with your computer. It's holding it together. It knows how important this is. More Twitch. I mean, yes. He's well, and who knows if yeah, well, oh nope, 7 now. We crafters have to support one another, right? We'll just all watch each other's streams and make sure that we keep our numbers up as a result. I'm not too big for that. Yeah, I'll have to follow him over there. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, for me, like the audience on like TikTok and all that stuff is just because of what I do outside of like crafting. My crafting is not a pull, right? Um, or it's not a draw, I should say. It's the other stuff that I'm doing that attracts people, and then so far, historically, all that my crafting does is reliably repel people because they go like, oh, okay, he's gonna do this for the next couple hours. I'm getting the hell out of here. So we know how to repel people. I thought you meant he's insane because he has a puppet. My studio space here, if you can call it that, my corner of the basement is very clearly an anti-puppet zone. It's one of the few things. It's one of the only things that there's a sign on the wall. Actually, I've never brought it up before, but it's puppets are not allowed. Yes, I'm I have no qualms at all if the crafting stuff is just for me. It's still got to happen because like no matter what, everything else, like if all of a sudden I could do all this full time like tomorrow, I still got to make this craft stuff because I still have like I have no I have nothing to talk about if I don't have my ongoing games, you know, and that's what this stuff is all for ultimately. So this part of my hobby, this part of my prep doesn't never just can't go away. It's just necessary. It's true. It's also a really useful way to record things to speed them up, which is basically the only way the way that it makes sense is to use the time when you're doing these things from my perspective at least. It's all content, right? It's all generating content. Like what can I talk about? What conversations can I have that you know I can clip and make into it's basically just like free, right? Assuming that I have the time to go back through and cut something together from a feed, which is or from a stream, which is no small task, especially not without some sort of like auto transcription. It'd be really great if Twitch or anything offered that, but that's probably really expensive. I was confident there for a minute. I think the number of tiles that I have to lay out on the floor, it's going to come really close. Really, really close. Pretty much, yeah. You got it. Except for puppets. Puppets are not content. That's the last part of what the sign says hanging on my wall. Ugh, that just reminds me of. Do you know who Haywood Banks is, Viking? Haywood Banks. He's a. I guess it makes sense. You're Canadian, right? So he is a comedian. He's a musical comedian, very popular here in the Midwest on the radio, and he has a wonderful. He's a wonderfully weird comedian. Have you ever heard of the song Toast? He's the guy behind that. But he has a wonderful song that still makes me laugh called "Never Trust a Puppet," and it's just the best. You might appreciate his humor. It's feels like the type of thing that I'll laugh at that my kids will never appreciate, or maybe they will when they're cool one day, but they'd probably just make fun of me for initially for being a dork. I still think you guys are nuts for homemade flock. I say that as I carve a couple hundred individual bricks for a floor of a building, but you found Haywood? Yeah, Haywood's awesome. You should. His whole catalog is amazing. And he's also done some you can find him I think on YouTube. He's got a channel